Hello viewers, welcome to our channel Mission Canada. I'm Yafi Awal and today I will be going over the details about the Writing Task 1 in academic module. I will tell you the tips and the best practice methods that you can follow to achieve your desired band score, or at least 7 to 7.5 in your Writing Task 1 in the academic module. So let's start without any further delay. So there are 7 different topics, out of which you will be tested on one of the topic on your question paper for your Writing Task 1 in the writing test in academic module. And these are line graph, pie chart, a bar diagram, multiple diagrams, processed diagrams, or a map. So the question comes, how you will be interpreting these data that is given just in a numerical numbers or in a chart format in an organized manner. That is the challenge here. The marking schemes are as follows. First category in your marking scheme is your task achievement. Second is your coherence and cohesion. Third is your lexical resources. Fourth is if there is any grammatical error based on that. Now, you do not need to worry about all these 4 categories, or it's not required that you need to know much in details about all of these each separate category. What you need to know is how to write the overview, paraphrase it so that your whole paragraph looks grammatically correct. So the first step when you are doing your Writing Task 1 is to plan it out. How you can plan it? Step 1, you have to paraphrase your question. What does it mean by paraphrasing? Let's say, for example, as you can see, there is a line graph here. For example, the question of this line graph was given. This graph shows a population change in many different countries or in 4 different countries over certain or X period number of time interval. Please describe or interpret the data from the line graph below. So this will be your question given to you. Now, when you are writing, that's the step 1, paraphrasing, you can start with your opening statement like this. This graph shows, remember, I'm using the same thing. So notice this. This graph shows. Some people think, or some candidates, that if they use the same terminology, they won't get a good score. That is a wrong concept. You are in fact supposed to, when you are paraphrasing, use the same kind of format. So you can still write in your opening statement, this graph shows population change over, let's say, 8-year period of time interval or 6-year period of time interval in many different countries, or you can say in 4 different countries. And when you write this statement, as you said, this graph shows, it is correct. So you will definitely get a 6.5 to 7 score, depending on your examiner. Now, when you're ranging from 7 to 7.5, or you're expecting that, your sentence could be like this. This graph or this line diagram illustrates population change from 1990 to 1998 in many different countries, or in 4 different countries, including India, United States of America or USA, Sweden, and Canada. So when you write, you can now notice that there is a change. When you are writing this graph shows, just paraphrasing it in the same manner as in your question, your score could be 6.5 and 7. Whereas if you just change one phrase, this graph illustrates, and also including the country names and the year range from 1990 to 1998, that will give you a better score, which is 7.5. So this is called a paraphrasing and an overview opening statement for your Writing Task 1. So after the paraphrasing or your overview statement, now it comes to your body paragraphs, which are your details based on the line graph. that could be paragraph 1, 2, 3 or 1, 2, 3, 4, depending on how much you can manage in your time to write it. For example, here you can have your first body paragraph or detail 1 could be this line just alone by itself for Canada's population change. You can write from 1990 to 1998 or over the period of 8 years, the graph shows that the population in Canada stayed similar. Or a better version of this could be like this. Over 8-year time period interval from 1990 to 1998, the population change in Canada remained relatively steady. Period. Now here you can change how the phrasing of the sentence, the formatting, just by changing a couple of words is giving you a change in your score. The first statement that I gave, from year 1990 till 1998, the population in Canada stayed similar or same. That is a simple sentence which will give you 6.5 and above. But if you write the time year period or over the period of 8 years, the population in Canada remained, so here you're using remaining or remained, relatively similar, relatively, this is a counted word, or steady, which is a steady line, or you can write it ranged from approximately, let's say, because this is not an exact number given, so here you can use approximation, approximately from 1500 to 2000, so that will give you a 7 to 7.5. Now, this could be your first body paragraph just with 2 to 3 lines just for Canada, the population changed. And then you can come into your second detail 1 or second para. So for your second one, you can choose the United States one, which shows quite a bit of fluctuation. So here you can write, as we can see from the line diagram given, there is a fluctuating change in the population over this 8-year time period, or from 1990 to 1998 in USA. Or the other way you can write it, in the United States, we can see a variation in their population change, which is quite fluctuating over the 8-year period of time. Now you can write your third body paragraph, which is a detail 1. Also here you can show your critical thinking. So how you can do that? For that, we will pick this significant fluctuating line or continuous increasing line, it's not fluctuating, and also this continuous declination in population, which is in Sweden. So our opening sentence for this paragraph can be, in India, we can see a significant and continuous change in their population over the period of 8 years. Your formatting of this sentence now has changed. You're not now using anymore the 1990, 1998. You're just saying over the period of 8 years. Significant amount of change in population, which is continuous. Full stop. Then you can write, in contrast to India, we can see a continuous declination in the population in Sweden over the same 8-year period. Here, you have demonstrated your in contrast use, your significance, the use of that term. Also, how you can compare from a line diagram like this. So this shows your critical and analytical thinking power ability, and to demonstrate that in your writing skills. And that should be it for your writing task 1 in the academic module. After this, candidates sometimes prefer to write an in conclusion, so or therefore statement, which they are not required, and you should not be writing it because this is a scientific data that are given to you. These are not something on which you can write your own opinion. In conclusion is when you are writing an opinion or you're summarizing the main idea. A closing statement for your task 1 could just be the paragraph that is your last one, which summarizes Basically, not the whole thing, but at least the last portion which you were left not described before that paragraph. And that is it. I hope this information has helped you. If there's any other questions you have or any comments, you can comment it in the comment box below. Also, I will post some writing modules, samples, and some net resources in the description box below, so you can click in the link below and practice from there. So for now, goodbye everyone, and good luck for those who will be having the exam soon. See you next time.